to the land of milk and honey, where you don't need no money. Talking about the journey deep inside, with infinite spirit as a guide, where your imagination can run free, you can realize all your dreams. We're talking about the journey deep inside, with infinite spirit as a guide. Everything you want is already there. Whatever you desire, it will appear. Oh yeah, yeah. We'll be living in heaven here on earth, experience life for all it's worth. We're talking about the journey deep inside, with infinite spirit as a guide. For what you believe you can achieve, let go our horses run free. We're talking about the journey deep inside, with infinite spirit as a guide. Everything you want is already there. Whatever you desire, it will appear. Oh yeah, we're going to the land of you don't need no money. Infinite spirit, your imagination can run free, and you can realize all your dreams. Talking about the journey, Let the spirit be your guide, let the spirit be your guide, let the spirit be your guide. Let the spirit be your guide, let the spirit be your guide, let the spirit be your guide. I'm talking about the inward journey. 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 We're living in heaven here on earth. They're talking about the journey. They're talking about the journey. And what you believe you can achieve. Talking about the journey deep inside. Talking about the journey. Talking about the journey. Yeah. You don't need no money. Talking about the land of milk and honey. Everything you want is already there. We've been living in heaven here on earth. Yes, we will.
Celebration Center for Spiritual Living, and welcome to another fabulous Sunday morning. I am so glad that you are here, and I would like to welcome you whether you are here in person or whether you are joining us online. We are so glad that you are with us today. If you are joining us online, I invite you to say good morning in the chat. We're starting our whole month on curiosity as a superpower. So this morning, I want to know from you in the chat, who is your favorite superhero? That's what I want to know from you. And, and if you are here in person, go ahead and silence your cell phones. No need to turn them off. If you want to answer that question or make any other notes throughout the service, you are welcome to join us on YouTube or Facebook, and just make sure that sound is down, and then put in your favorite superhero in the chat as well. If you are joining us for the very first time, an extra special welcome to you. And we have a guest card that we would love for you to fill out. So if you're here in the room, we have the guest cards right over on the table, and you are welcome to fill that out after the service. If you are online, or if you're in the room and you're tech savvy, you are welcome to scan this QR code or visit this link right down here, the bit.ly link, and fill out that guest card online. This is just a way for us to get to know you a little bit better and find out how we can be a part of your community. Oh, y'all, we have a very, very special service this morning. I'm super excited about it. I say it every week. I know it's going to be awesome, but today is going to be extra awesome. So our practitioner on platform today is Jen Fay. Let's give her a round of applause. And then we have our music director, Lynn Hollyfields, performing our music. And Jen is going to be joining her for a couple of songs, so that's very exciting. And we have, like I said, we're starting our month on curiosity as a superpower. And who is the first minister that comes to your mind when you think of superheroes? That's right, Reverend Raymond Anderson. And so we have Reverend Raymond here to speak to us this morning. He is talking about a strange case of curiosity, and we'll let you guess what superhero he is going to be talking about this morning. But we also, if you don't know who Reverend Raymond is, first of all, you should. So not like you should, you're wrong if you don't, but I'm just saying, like, it's great that you're here so that now you can know who this awesome person is. He recently stepped down as the senior minister from the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore to open his own teaching center. How awesome is that? And so his teaching center is the Center for Spiritually Integrated Arts. And this is going, I don't even know what all it's going to do. The little bit I've heard is awesome. He's also an American Sign Language interpreter. He is, I don't know, he's a badass. Can I say that? He is. So I'm super excited that he's joining us today. He is a superhero among ministers in his own rights, and let's give him one more round of applause. Oh, so before we get to the talk, I know now y'all are like, why are you still up there talking, Reverend Chris? But don't worry, we're going to get there. We have just a couple of announcements for you. First of all, if you would like to request a prayer, you can do that in a couple of different ways. You can scan the QR code that's right up here. You can also fill out the prayer cards that are over on the table, or just go to our website, celebrationcenter.org, and click on the give button, or click on the request affirmative prayer button, and that will take you to our prayer request form. That goes directly to our ministers and practitioners, where it is held in confidentiality and love. Our Ministry of Prayer prays on it on Monday, and the rest of us throughout the week. I invite you, especially if you're online, to just go ahead, however you're watching this, if you're watching it on Facebook or YouTube, to just go ahead and click that share button and post this service out to your social media so that way everybody else can enjoy this service this morning. This month is Black History Month. Woohoo. I love that my birthday falls in Black History Month. And as y'all know, I have my Black History is American History t-shirt on as just a reminder that even though we put this extra special attention in February, that really this is a year-long thing. So this month, Celebration Center is celebrating Black History Month by bringing attention to 31 pioneers of history. And we do have a slide for this. And so there are a couple of different ways that you can see these different people. First, if you go to our social media, we are posting one a day with links and information and pictures and all of that. And we have also created a tab on our website. If you go to celebrationcenter.org, you can see it says Black History Month right up there at the top, and you'll be able to see all of those people and the amazing things that they have done for our country. This month, for the Lutheran Social Services Supply Drive, wow, say that one time slowly, we are doing a clothing drive. So they recently launched a brand new space down in Alexandria that allows anybody who is in need, and there's different ways that they figure out who needs these resources. It's primarily refugees from Afghanistan and now Ukraine. But anyways, they've opened this place where basically people can go in and shop for their needs. It's really, really amazing. And so we have been supplying every single month a different thing that's kind of the top need. Last month was lip balm and laundry detergent, and we'll be dropping that off. And now they have a whole clothing area where people can go in, find clothing in their size that they like, and really shop for their needs. And I say shop, it is all free. It is not like a thrift store. It is all free, but they actually get to pick out the things that they want to wear, right? Rather than just being given. And so we are doing a clothing drive this month. Go through your closet, find all of your gently used, still in good condition clothes, any size. If you have kids or grandkids in your life that have clothes that they've outgrown, clothes that have been in the back of your closet forever, any size, any season, just good shape, and bring them in, and we will take them up to add to their collection of clothing. This Friday is Art Night with Miriam Catellis, who is right back here in the back. Hello, Miriam. And we are going to be making Valentine's Day cards. Super excited about that. It's always a blast whenever we do any art project with Miriam. If you've been, you will know how fun that is. This is an in-person only event. It is the only event that we don't also offer online, mainly because we haven't figured out how to teleport materials to you in your location. So if you are in this general vicinity and you would like to join us, it's a $15 suggested love offering. Miriam actually generously donates all of the supplies and her time, so that love offering is really a fundraiser that comes straight back to the center and supports us. So plan to join us on Friday night from 6:30 to 8 on February 10th. You can please RSVP with Miriam. You can do that at miriam.catellis@yahoo.com. Or you can go online and just let us know and pay for it on there, or you can just bring money on the night of or do a check or anything like that. So just come. And finally, I completely forgot birthdays and anniversaries last month. I'm so sorry. I got all caught up in it being 2023. And so today, I would like to ask if you had a birthday or an anniversary in January, raise your hands and let us know in the chat what it was and what day it was. If you have a birthday or an anniversary, you can raise your hand too. We just won't be able to see it. Okay, and if you have a birthday or an anniversary in February, raise your hand. I do. Anyone else? Put it in the chat if you do. Oh, and Lynn has an anniversary. So we're going to be singing to us and people out there in the ether. So let's sing happy birthday to everyone.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Yay! Yes. We're so glad you were born. All of you, even if your birthday's not right now. And with all of that, I invite Lynn and Jen for our opening song.
Okay, I hope you'll join us. We're going to be singing Daniel Nahmad's song, Raising the Veil. I'm raising the veil between me and my God. No separation, no distance at all. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil between me and my God. No separation, no distance at all. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. I want to know you. I'm raising the veil. I want to see you. Oh God, I'm raising the veil. I want to hear you. Oh God, I'm raising the veil. I want to feel you. Oh God, I'm raising the veil. I want to praise you. Oh God, I'm raising the veil. I want to love you. Oh God, I'm raising the veil between me and my God. No separation, no distance at all. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. God is right here in my heart. I'm raising the veil. I'm raising the veil. I'm raising the veil.
Good morning. And so we're going to just take a moment and connect with our heart space, knowing that is an amazing portal to so much good and support. So just breathing into your heart for a moment. And then join me in saying our vision together. We are celebrating spirit within and knowing the oneness of humanity. Yes, yes, yes. And so my readings, I have a couple of readings today. The first one is from Walt Disney about curiosity. we keep moving forward, opening up new doors, doing new things, because we're curious. And curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. He certainly knew that well. This quote is from Brené Brown. It wasn't always a choice. We were born curious. But over time, we learned that curiosity, like vulnerability, can lead to hurt. So we turn to self-protecting. We turn to choosing certainty over curiosity, armor over vulnerability, and knowing over learning. But we don't have to choose extraordinary moments to find happiness. It is right in front of us when we're paying attention and practicing gratitude, and I'll add curiosity. So taking a breath again, connecting with your heart again, as we move into this sacred time of our service, just feel that space within you. And then let's take a breath, a conscious breath, 3-part breath, inhaling for 4 counts, 2, 3, 4, holding the breath, 2, 3, 4, exhaling, 2, 3, 4, and again, inhale, and hold. And exhale. One more. And hold. And exhale. And so as we synchronize our breath, we synchronize our beings, the essence, the vibration of who we are. We feel the space expanding with that energy of love and peace, all of those divine qualities that allow us to feel more fully into the space of who we are as these spiritual beings in form. And as we fill this room, those of us that are in this room, just know that if you are online, you have also filled the room you're in. This heart space, this energy flows freely. It is an infinitely flowing energy. There is no end to it. That supply is always there. And so we share it freely. And so I invite you to take a moment to send this energy out from your being. If there's any person, place, circumstance, or situation that you would like to support in this practice, just take a moment and do that now. And so we move into prayer. There is one life, one presence, one power, that expresses itself through life, through each life, bringing light and wonder and love and all of those qualities that we want more of that'll help us ground to the very essence of who we are. And as we open to that knowing, our lives expand in possibilities. We find curiosity guiding us. And we follow that thread of curiosity to amazing places and wonderful experiences and just what we needed. And so with that curious mind and heart, we find more to be grateful for. And I'm grateful for this day, this time together, for everyone here, everyone tuning in now and later, knowing that it matters not the timing, that we are connected always and in all ways. And so it is from a grateful heart that I simply release these words into that universal law that responds perfectly, surprising us often, delighting us in the wonder of life. We are blessed, and so it is.
I'd like to share a song that's written by Rachel Bissix and Tom Prasado Rao. It's called One Another. When one voice meets another in a wave of harmony, when someone heals a stranger with their careful apathy, when the night falls quiet to a million skyful stars, I know I am right there where you are. When one mind meets another in a wave of generosity, when someone holds another in their arms of sympathy, when the sun sets the sky into flames overhead, that's when I remember what you said. The winter's leafless trees reveal the mountain shoulders. So can we shed everything that keeps us from one another? Time is tugging, I can't fight it, no matter how I try, till I slow down and discover with the eyes of a child all the magic and the wonder in a million grains of sand, and that whole world in the child's outstretched hand. There's a whole world in that child's outstretched hand.
Beautiful. Thank you, Lynn. And now, without further ado, I would like to welcome Reverend Raymond Anderson.
Good morning. It has not been that long that I have, come on now. Good morning. Good morning. A little bit better. Let's, one more time. Because see, the idea is if we are acknowledging and recognizing that this thing called God, Spirit, Source, whatever name you call it, is all there is, and it's right here where we are, living, moving, and being us. Like, pause and take that in for a second. That all of creation right now is incarnating as you. If that doesn't raise some kind of, wait a minute, pause. What exactly are you saying? I'm saying that if there is a part of us that says, I like creativity, then that which is creativity itself is living, moving, and breathing each one of us. That thing that is joy. Joy comes from somewhere, source. Happiness comes from somewhere, source. The ability to create these amazing Valentine's Day cards comes from somewhere, and it's moving in through an S, like all of this. So when I say good morning, in the words of Emma Curtis Hopkins, who said, my good is my God, one and the same, synonymous, then when we say good morning, what we are saying is, oh God, it's morning, and that which is the infinite is breathing this breath, this divine Ruach Elohim, the breath of God is breathing itself as me. We're not just breathing, we're being breathed by life itself. So, let's rewind. And I forgot to start my time, because Reverend Chris ain't going to come up here and be like, look, I said, good morning. Good morning. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's what I'm talking about. Because if we are not excited about life, how can we be curious about it? Pause and think about that. When we were children, we were curious about everything. Why is the sky blue? Why is grass green? Why is poop smell? Why what? Like everything. And then we reached a certain age, and we were still curious, but it was called nosy, or as my mother would call, nebby. It's a level of curiosity. However, let's think about this thing called faith for a second, and then we're going to get into Dr. Strange. I do not see faith as being the good and this other stuff being. Faith is a continuum. This side of faith is life-affirming. This side of faith is non-life-affirming, but it is still faith. When I have faith in lack, scarcity, etc., it causes worry, but it's faith. Faith is, as the Bible would say, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. When I attach my belief system and my paradigms and my consciousness to the woe is me, the I never have enough, and the Murphy's Law, and if things could go wrong, they gonna go wrong. That's me putting my faith in this. Curiosity is the same thing. There's life-affirming curiosity that wants to know, lift the veil, raise the veil. That's life-affirming curiosity. This curiosity, nosy, nebby is, hey, Jan, by any chance, like, how well do you know Chet? Do you have any dish you can share? That's non-life affirming, because all that is doing is feeding the ego. It's giving me some juicy gossip, but it's not helping me evolve spiritually. Pause, breathe, because today is our invitation to leap into, not just step into, to leap into a whole new level of what it means for us to be curious, what it means for us to seek, because we have often heard what you seek is seeking you. And I can guarantee that all of us came to religious science, science of mind, CSL, Celebration Center, because we were curious about something. We may not have thought that's what it was, but that's what it was. Now, today we're talking about good old Dr. Stephen Strange, that I just found out that someone hasn't seen the movie yet. Yeah, go ahead and hide. It's okay. Rev Ryan, I don't understand how they haven't seen this yet, but okay. You have homework. Now, Dr. Stephen Strange, Marvel comic book character, the creator of, nerd stuff. Anyhow. For me, Dr. Stephen Strange is sort of an archetype of what it means to be curious. As a master surgeon, there has to be the pre-surgeon. What made this man want to be a surgeon? He suffered loss in his life, a sister who died. And he pledged himself, I am going to find ways to prevent this from happening. That's curiosity. The wanting to find, the wanting to discover. And what is discovery? To uncover, to reveal something. But did you know that there's an archaic definition of discover or discovery that means to tell, to communicate, to declare? So you don't just discover something. You don't just get curious about something just for the sake of, I know it, and it's just for me. That's that whole individualized, that whole pull yourself up by your bootstraps, that nonsense, that I, me. We do what we do. Why are you here? Why are you in this room? Why are you online? Why are you in community? Because you understand what it means to come together. So when we discover Walt Disney, when we discover and uncover and find George Lucas, etc., Viktor Frankl, etc., Audre Lorde, etc., Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., doesn't matter. The point is, once you know, same thing we do with gossip, interestingly enough. Once you know, don't you want to share it? Like we do that with, guess what I just found out about Jan? Did you know she's a painter? Ooh, let me tell everybody. It's when we find something like science of mind and spirit, do we not feel, I feel good. I feel connected. I feel community. Let me invite people. Let me tell people. Let me share. So, he becomes a surgeon for the purpose of using his gifts and talents. Time, talents, treasure, tithes. He's using his treasure and his talents to save others. And he was in a very egoic state. I'm the best surgeon there is in the meow, 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 meow. Yes, very egoic. And then, because of his ego, he ends up being in a serious car accident. Completely mangles his hands. He is no longer able to be the surgeon that he has spent years being. Now, curiosity is in him. It's what drives him. So what does that curiosity now drive him to do? Eventually, it drives him into looking for a way to restore himself. Because there's a scene in the movie. Anybody in here seen the movie? 2 people. Well, that's fine. Everybody has homework. Okay, so there's a scene in the movie where he's going to a physical therapist to do the hand exercises. And in the conversation with the physical therapist mentions that there was another guy who had couldn't walk, wheelchair, whole 9 yards. And the physical therapist shares with him and says, yeah, I saw him, I thought he died or something, and then I saw him walking down the street. And Stephen Strange says, that's not possible. I can find his charts and send them to you, because if it'll get you to shut up, then I will just to prove you wrong. So he mails Stephen Strange the charts, and he's looking through it like, how is this even possible? Like, this can't be. And so then he goes in search to discover Jonathan Pangborn. He goes in search of, and he has a conversation with him. And Pangborn shares, I and it led me to India. And I found my guru there at a place called Kamartaj. The cost is high, though. Like, how much? I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about your investment. Are you willing to put you into your healing? Stephen goes. And while he's searching through India and he eventually finds what he was looking for. He finds Kamartaj and the Ancient One, etc. And there's a scene in the movie where the Ancient One says, you have spent your entire life trying to peer through the keyhole, to make the keyhole wider, to find that there's something greater and grander. And now upon finding that there is a way to evolve, to grow, to learn, you come with the, it's not possible. And he says, no. What I'm saying is, I don't believe in chakras and energy. There's no such thing as spirit. Which, interestingly enough, if anyone has seen or curious to see, Wakanda Forever, the Black Panther, his sister, Shuri, there's a scene where she is having a conversation with Queen Ramonda about the very same thing. Their minds are bound by the veil. For them, it was science. I need hard evidence. But we know that there are many things that there is no evidence for. For example, if I ask you, show me a cup full of love, can you show me? Can you measure it? Can you give me a teaspoon of love? Can you show me a measuring cup of happiness or joy? You can't. But you feel it, and you know it's real. Can you capture a laugh in a way where later you can open it and enjoy it in the same way? No, because it's in the moment. It's in the moment. So you can't measure it, but you know it's real. So just because he was chakra's energy, I don't believe in it, blah, 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 spirit, nah, nah, nah. The Ancient One is like, look, listen, man, breathe. Open your eye. Boop, and she pops him in his third eye, and woo, he goes somewhere. He sees the multiverse, and he realizes, and then while he's zooming through all of space and time and stuff, you hear the Ancient One's voice narrating. And there's a line where she says, at the root of existence, mind and matter meet. Thoughts shape reality. Is that not very similar to what we talk about? And it's not just thoughts. We know it's the whole mental equivalent. The words we use to communicate, our thoughts, our paradigms, our consciousness, the emotions and feelings, and the things that we do, our actions. All four of those pillars support our experience and what we are doing. And he hears all of this. And soon as he comes back from the realm of, he boom, falls on the floor, and he falls at her knees like, teach me. She says, no. And they kick him out. But he doesn't leave. He's knocking on the door. Don't shut me out. Don't, please, don't. And he's knocking, and he's not, and he stays there, and he stays there. And then later, Mordo and the Ancient One are having a conversation, and Mordo says, yeah, he's still out there. He hasn't left. Why not? Because he's been moved. He knows that there's something that he can learn, something, the possibility of going from brokenness to wholeness, the possibility of pain pushing so hard to let the vision pull. Something cracked open. And we know from Rumi that those cracks are the very place that the light gets in and comes out. Viktor Frankl said, that which is to shine must endure burning. Are we willing to burn with the fires of curiosity? Are we willing to? Because, see, we get to be adults and we get real complacent. We get real comfortable. We get real status quo, man. Status quo. Don't rock the boat. Don't tip the boat over. We get real comfortable. And it's easy, because that's what humans do. You know, how many of us sit down and look at our shoes? Well, the ones that have laces. And we go through, okay, I'm going to purposefully explore a different way to tie my shoes. Why? If it ain't broke, don't, like, why would I, why? And yet, there are things we can do that shape and reconfigure our brains in, for example, normally when I wake up and I'm putting on pants with a belt, and I put this way, right? I put it in this loop and then around and then out this way and then fasten it. And there are scientific studies that say every now and then do it in the opposite. If you normally put your left shoe on first and then your right, switch it. Purposefully say it's right foot first this time and then left. Because it does something in your brain is like, it doesn't necessarily make that sound, but mine does. And then it's like something here fires and it's like, wait, what's going on? It's the right shoe first. What does that mean? What does that mean? All systems pause. And it fires different parts of the brain because something new, something different is going on. If we want to create a world that works for all, and that's what we say as CSL, that's the vision. We want to create the beloved community that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., not only did he talk about it, but he was convinced that it was possible. If we're really going to do that work, then it means thinking something different. Louise Hay, we've heard this. What's the phrase, Louise Hay? We know it very often. Change your thinking, change your life. Change means new. If you're going to change your clothes, you're putting something new on. And even if the new is something old, it's something different, which makes it something new because it's something different than what you just had on. When you change, you get what I'm saying. Are we willing to change who we've been to be who we can be? Are we willing to step into a completely new level of being in order to really? Ernest Holmes reminds us, and he says, so you do realize and understand that if it's true about God, it's true about you. If it's true about the universe, it's true about you. Why would he say that? And pause and ask yourself, am I really curious to know what that means? And not just to know what it means, because as Goethe, I love Johann Wolfgang Goethe, just something, anyhow, that's what happens in my head. Blame Chris, she invited me. So, said, knowledge alone is not enough, we must do. Willing is not enough, we must act. So the moment we say, if Holmes is saying whatever's true about God is true about me, then just knowing it is not enough. I have to be willing to do something because of that knowledge. Be willing. If I said, Jen, I'm willing to give you a hug, comma, but. Jen's like, well. No, I said I'm willing. I didn't say I was going to do it. Willing doesn't. How many of you are willing to bring clothes for the clothes drive? Willing doesn't do it, though, right? Willing says, yes, I am willing. And because of, I will now take that next step and act. So if we're going to say, yes, whatever's true about God, name something. Tell me something that you deeply are convicted to believing that is true about God. What? God is love. God is love. Then so are you, and so are you, and so are you, so are we all. Because if it's true about God, it's true about each and every one of us. Because Holmes also reminds us, God is the all in all, it's all there is. So whatever's true about it, God is love. What else? Peace. It's the Ray and Jen show today. God is peace. So are each of us. We are incarnations of peace. Now pause and understand. Lynn is a master musician. But if Lynn never sang, never picked up an instrument, would we know that? No. But we have the evidence, because what does a master do? A master shows. Remember what I said? Discover the archaic. We don't often use it, but the archaic definition was to tell, to show, to communicate, to declare. Every song this person sings, this person is declaring the mastery of this thing called music, this mastery of this thing called harmonics and harmony and rhythm. And we know that music moves us. So Lynn isn't just sharing music. Jen isn't just sharing music. The choir isn't just sharing music. They are sharing their souls, one soul to another. One infinite power, singing to itself, singing through itself, to itself, for itself, because God, source, the universe, energy, whatever it is, loves itself so much that it can't help but to sing to itself. Are we curious enough to know what that looks like in our own lives? Because it's easy to come here, sit in a chair, and listen to what's being played and sung. That's easy. But the work is, where in my life do I have that mastery? Am I curious enough to know what that looks like? What is mastery for me? And am I willing to act? Am I willing to do? Am I willing to communicate whatever that is for me, wherever I go? And as I always remind people, because this used to be, and sometimes it still is, part of my prayer, my daily spiritual practice, it's involved in there, where I remind myself that wherever I go, God must be. So whoever I see and whoever sees me sees the face of God. Whoever I hear and whoever hears me hears the voice celestial communicating. Whoever I touch with elbow, high five, fist bump, whatever, hug, namaste, however that happens, feels the same vibrant energy that we hear in the metaphysical story of the woman who touched the cloak of Yeshua and felt the energy. Whoever I touch and whoever touches me. And that means to the degree, if I go to the supermarket and I'm looking for, let's see, what cereal do I want? Tracy says she wants Cheerios. And I touch the box and I'm like, but she wants the Honey Nut Cheerios. And I put that box back. Are my fingerprints on the box? Because I touched it. Is my spiritual fingerprint on the box? Yes. Everything we touch vibrates with the energy. How many of us have ever walked into a room and nothing is said, but you feel that there was tension. You feel that someone was arguing. You feel the discomfort of something because we leave our mark. Are we curious enough to know, how do I change so that the mark that I am leaving, Stephen Strange, I am a healing presence in the world. I am a beneficial presence in the world. Because curiosity has to be a God quality. If God is all there is, and curiosity used in a life-affirming manner gives us the ability to uncover, then it's how this individualized expression is recognizing, realizing, and materializing more of its own awareness to move up that Maslow's hierarchy thing to that point of self-actualization, and then what's beyond that, because open at the top is above that, and then soar. There are people we have throughout history who didn't know what they were doing. Orville and Wilbur Wright didn't have the template for a plane. They woke up one morning and was like, hey, Orville, what you doing today? Making popcorn? That's a different Orville. What you doing today? I've been thinking about flight. Again? Yes. Let's build it. Build what? I don't know, but let's fly. And they built machines that fly, that today hundreds of thousands of millions use on a regular basis. I'm walking around with a candle and a torch. You know, I think I want to capture electricity. You want to do what? Yes, I'm going to capture electricity and put it in a little bulb. A little what? What does that even mean? I don't know, but I'm going to make it. And now we have light bulbs, smartphones. Everything that we have, we trace it back far enough. There was a time where it wasn't. Everything. There was a time that there were no chairs. There was a time there were no jackets. And someone said, curiosity. But see, what we do is, curiosity killed the cat. We convince ourselves that it's the enemy. And we submerge, we deny, and we swallow, and we stomp, and we bury it. We do the same thing that people have done with buried treasure. What point is having treasure if it's buried? You just won the $100 billion Powerball. What's the first thing you're going to do with it? Bury it in the backyard. Not go to Tahiti or something? Why bury it? Because there is that part of the, excuse me, there is that part of the indoctrination of our culture and society that says, hold it and save it for a rainy day. You never know when the other shoe is going to drop. So there are strings of consciousness that have convinced us, don't ask questions, don't be curious, stay in your lane. Young lady, stop asking them so many questions about music. They're not going to, but why can't I ask? Why can't I ask? I'm curious, I'm inquisitive. Because it comes across as what? It comes across as someone who wants to uncover and then embody and then go out into the world and show what I know. That's what it implies. That's what it does. Are we willing to do that though? Because that's the thing. Are we willing to do the work? Many people treat. And what do we say in CSL? Treat and move your feet. And there are many within our movement. Chris and Rev Ryan can tell you, we have many colleagues that we know, they treat until cheeks fall off. I'm not sure why y'all laughed at that, but you probably got a visual. They treat, but when it's time to move their feet, they don't. We know that there are many people, and it doesn't matter where in the world or what they're doing. They could be educators, politicians, they could be doctors, doesn't matter. Recently a young man was murdered by several officers. And it recently came out that the EMT could have intervened and possibly saved his life had they administered medical attention early. And they didn't. It's easy to show up, to simply say, I'm here. It's easy to have the knowledge. It's easy to have the willingness. I'm willing to help him, but I know how to help him, but I know what we are called into being in order to create a world that works for all, a beloved community. I have the knowledge. I have the willingness, but are we willing to move beyond that? Are we able and to now act? Because everything about Doctor Strange, there's a scene, goes to the library, which I love. The library. Books. Oh, sorry. So he goes to the library and he's looking for the librarian, Wong, and Wong's not there. So he sees this collection of books that are reserved for the Sorcerer Supreme. He's not the Sorcerer Supreme. But he sees the books that belong to the Sorcerer Supreme. What does he do? He goes and gets one. What I would too. He takes it and puts it down. He opens it, goes through some pages, sees the words, and he sees an image of this thing in the book. And then he looks up, and it's down the hall, sitting on a pedestal, on a podium thing. So he goes and gets it. The book says, put it on, puts it on, do this thing, and boom, and he is now manipulating time. Cool. But he doesn't stop there because it's that knowledge, that willingness, that later by the end of the movie, he uses to be able to save lives. Are we willing to do that? Are we willing to not just love for the sake of loving ourselves, but to be able to love others? Are we willing to become masters of science of mind and spirit, to be able to have conversations with anybody and everybody and be anchored and rooted in principle? Even if you're having a conversation with a Klansman, can you have that conversation while rooted in principle and not hit? Can you be rooted in principle and peacefulness so powerfully like those in the civil rights movement that were bitten by dogs, beaten by batons, and knocked down by water hoses, and yet they rose again. Why? Because as the song was sung, ain't gonna let no jailhouse turn me round. Ain't gonna let race hatred turn me round. I'm gonna keep on a-walking, keep on a-talking, marching on to freedom land. Are we willing to do that work? Breathe. In closing, Ernest Holmes says, be curious. God has implanted curiosity within us to keep us from sitting still in one place. If we didn't have curiosity, we would not have evolution. Curiosity gives us the ability to evolve. Curiosity gives us the ability to be open at the top. Curiosity gives us the ability to create. Curiosity gives us the ability to sing. Curiosity gives us the ability to make. Curiosity gives us the ability to manifest and demonstrate health, well-being, joy, power, peace, a world that works for all, if we're willing to act. Namaste.
Well, I'm inspired. I'm going to play an original song. This is called In the Balance. I just want to play. I want to sing my song. I just want to run and not be gone too long, 'cause this time is precious still. I want to keep it close to me. I'm wishing on a star to make more time to see. You can always dream. You can put your life on hold, 'cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now, and then you'll find out how to keep dreaming. You can always dream. No one's taking that from you. Only you can see it through, just like the way you do. So feed it from your soul and weigh it from both sides. The fulcrum and the ties will give direction that you'll know. You can always dream. You can put your life on hold, 'cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now, and then you'll find out how to keep dreaming. So when you make the time, it's a game of give and take. When the balance is at stake, you need to take a look inside. Look deep into your heart and remember how it feels. It's where the answer lies and tells you what is real. You can always dream. You can put your life on hold, 'cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now, and then you'll find out how to keep dreaming.
So as we get ready to close, I want to offer a homework assignment. This week, spend some time being curious, envisioning what is it that I want for my own life. Do I want greater love, greater joy, greater health? And what do I want for the world? Just marinate, not try to find a solution for it. Being open to what do I want? What do I desire? And so we breathe, simply feeling this divine inhalation and this divine exhalation, recognizing that the breath in and of itself is a spiritual practice that reminds us to be present, because only this inhale and exhale can occur right now. We can't rebreathe yesterday's breath. We can't pre-breathe tomorrow's breath. We can't save a breath for a rainy day. We can only take this inhalation and surrender this exhalation. And this breath reminds us to receive and to give. That there must be this divine reciprocity to life, to receive and to give, because what we often do is give until we are depleted. But this breath reminds us to also allow ourselves to receive life, receive love. And this breath reminds us that that which is ever available. There is nothing we need to do to plan how to breathe. Oh, so I have to put on my smartphone and watch to remind myself to pick up 3 bags of breath tomorrow, because we simply choose, because the body inhales. The breath is there. There's nothing we need to do to get. The breath is there. And the next breath is there. And it's there. And love is there. And joy is there. And peace and peacefulness are there. So we breathe, recognizing that the infinite all that is present right here, moving in us, through us, around us, above us, below us, to our right, to our left. It is all that is, and that the moment we have the thought, peace on earth, joy in my life, health and well-being, wealth and prosperity, because there is only one mind, and that mind is God, and the mind that we use is that mind. The moment we think it, it's already in the mind that is the universe. And in that mind, it is already fully formed and fully functioning. And so we breathe with this recognition that we are more powerful than we can even imagine. And so we surrender any small thinking. We surrender any lack and limitation. We surrender it and receive the blessed curiosity that says, you are love itself. You are joy itself. You are a creative power itself. And we breathe, stepping into what it means to be a 21st century New Thought Good Samaritan, because this thing called Sunday service comes to a close, but the manner in which we go out and continue to be of service in the world continues 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, every year, every breath, and it is good. And the law says yes, and so I stand back and marvel at the beauty that I see before me, and the beauty and the power that is God incarnating as everyone in this room and everyone watching on the internet right now, the infinite power and presence. The law says yes. So we say, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you. Let's give Reverend Raymond another hand. So this is the time in our service for our gifts and our offerings. And so I just invite you, whatever you are giving this morning, whether you are giving your time, your talent, your treasure, your tithe, your just your mere presence, your love, whatever it is, to bring all of that into your heart And there are a couple of different ways that you can give this morning. You can scan this QR code or go to celebrationcenter.org and click on the Give button. You can also give in the basket over here if you have monetary donations. Otherwise, we are so grateful for all that you are giving to this community by your mere presence. And now I'd like to invite Jen up for an affirmation and a blessing.
Please join me in our offertory affirmation. The gift I give is God in action. I give it in joy. I give it in love. I give it in faith. I give it knowing that I am blessed, and so I gratefully give. And so it is. And so we breathe into this idea of giving. We breathe remembering the inhale and the exhale as the natural flow to life, and that our giving and receiving is also that natural flow. And so grateful to have something to give, and there's always something we can give. Something that blesses this community and blesses this world. And so I'm grateful for all the giving and receiving, knowing it is in divine order in circulation of that law, and so it is.
Okay, I hope you'll sing along with us on this song, and if you're able and you feel like standing up and singing, that would be great. We're going to do Down in My Soul by Jan Garrett and J.D. Martin and Esther Nicholson. I hear the music,
I hear the music
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I hear the music,
I hear the music
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I hear the music,
I hear the music
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. Each day's a new day,
Each day's a new day
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
Each day's a new day,
Each day's a new day
down in my soul.
soul.
Each day's a new day,
Each day's a new day
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. I love the silence
I love the silence
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I love the silence
I love the silence
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I love the silence
I love the silence
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. I feel the power
I feel the power
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I feel the power
I feel the power
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I feel the power
I feel the power
in my soul.
down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. I hear the music
I hear the music
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I hear the music
I hear the music
down in my soul. Yeah, I hear the music
I hear the music
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. Yeah, the whole wide world is my home.
Woo! Yes, thank y'all. So there is no hybrid community connection time today, so I invite you to have a lovely week. Be sure, if you loved Reverend Raymond's message, which I'm not sure how you would not have, please go to raymondanderson.com RaymontAnderson.com. That's RaymontAnderson.com. And check out his new ministry, the Center for Spiritually Integrated Arts. And with all of that, I invite you to repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. I choose to be open and curious. I step into life courageously. I see the world through the eyes of wonder. I continue to learn and grow every day. I live life in the flow. And so it is.